Scenario. You go out to eat at a restaurant with an old friend. As you sit there eating at the restaurant, your friend says, "I hate my wife." And you say, "You don't hate your wife. You guys have been together forever. You don't hate your wife." And he says, "Yeah, I hate my wife." At that very moment, you look out the window, and there on the sidewalk, his wife is out there. She's being accosted and beaten up by thugs. You jump up and you say, "We got to go help your wife. She's getting beat up." And the friend says, "No, she has it coming to her. In fact, I might go out and help beat her up." And in that shocked moment, you realize he really does hate his wife. Welcome to Tim's Challenge. Now, this might be the most important video you've ever watched. Let's see if I can make good on that, because I think these are the most important principles. I tell you, let me give a shout out first to a man named Evan Sayet, S-A-Y-E-T, who gave a speech, I think it's been 10 or 15 years ago now, and he rocked the world. His speech was called Regurgitating the Apple, and it was called the Holy Grail of understanding what's happening in this country. And it gave principles that, I tell you, the lights really turned on when I heard that, when I saw that video. So check it out on YouTube. But some things have happened in the intervening years that I'm going to touch on today. I think I can't improve on his message, but I can add some things to it. Now, let me present 3 quick facts. Number 1, what we have today in this country is not liberalism. Do you think Joe Biden is a liberal? Do you think Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the squad are liberals? They're the opposite of liberal. They are left-wing extremists. See, what we call liberalism is not liberalism. I mean, our founding fathers were classic liberals. That's not what we have today. We have left-wing extremism. So let's call it what it is, extremism. Now, I asked my dad about this. I think I was 11 years old. And he said, yeah, liberals and conservatives basically share the same values. Because it's common sense. You want a good future for your children. You want your children to have a good education. You want a good economy. You want inflation to be down. You want taxes to be down. You want security at the border. We share the same values. The difference is conservatives we want to conserve what exists. We're not against change, but we want change to come slowly and methodically and very thoughtfully. Let's think about it a long time before we do something. Liberals, on the other hand, drive conservatives crazy because they want change to come too fast for our taste. Now, you see what happens here. Now, that was a good answer for 1965, right? But it's not a good answer anymore because the liberals have drifted so far to the left that it's not liberalism anymore. It's just left-wing extremism. Back in the old days, you could have liberals and conservatives, Republicans and Democrats, and sit together in a legislature or a committee meeting or around a table and hash out their differences because they had basically the same values. And they could discuss it in a genial way and come to mutually satisfactory conclusions and answers to society's problems. When was the last time you heard of that happening? It's extinct. It went extinct in the 80s or 90s. Now, Democrats love to blame Donald Trump for the division in this country, but it wasn't his fault. Now, conservatives haven't changed. We like to conserve things. Remember, we don't like change. It's the liberals that have drifted leftward to the point where they are not liberal anymore in any way, shape, or form. They are just left-wing extremists. We have an administration that is extremist. I don't know how we got here, but we are here, and it's not going very well. We are in the beginnings of a recession, and it's August of 2022, and the Biden administration and the Congress is trying to pass a multi-trillion-dollar spending bill. which will increase taxes for everybody. That's not what you do for a recession. You begin to, you either think these people are bumbling fools or they know what they're doing and they're trying to destroy this country. Like the guy who wanted to go out on the sidewalk and help the thugs beat up his wife. You get the feel, I've always thought that the Democrats, even though I disagreed with them, they still loved their country. They were still patriotic. We have to take a very bitter pill, and we have to embrace something and understand something that is tough. And that is the Democrats, at least the leadership, they don't love the country. They hate this country. They hate the Constitution. They hate the values of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness and the ownership of private property. They hate those values, and they're trying to destroy those values on purpose. I remember back in the 80s, Reagan was president, and I wasn't really aware too much of things that were going on, but I remember a few things. And I remember that Reagan was anti-left-wing extremism. He was, and as such, he was anti-communism. And the Democrats in Congress were horrified. Their brains exploded because they had a president who was anti-communist. They were, and it gradually dawned on me that the Democrats are pro-communist. And I remember thinking to myself, who in the hell is pro-communist? They're murderers and everything. But the Democrats are pro-communist. They're pro-left wing. They're pro-totalitarianism. And they're trying to do things in this country that destroy this country and bring us to that totalitarianism. It's just the bitter pill we have to realize. I hope that everybody will embrace this and understand it. That is fact number one. Quickly, two more facts. Not only is the left wrong, they're wrong on every issue. They're wrong on abortion. They're wrong on the border. They're wrong on fiscal policy. Back in the old days, the liberals would be right about some things and wrong on some other things, and same for the conservatives. Now, they have drifted so far to the left that they're wrong on every issue. That's fact number two. And fact number three, not only are they wrong on every issue, they are as wrong as you can be. The Democrats and the leftists are now opposing everything that is common sense, everything that works, everything that is successful, everything that reeks of a Judeo-Christian viewpoint, and they are wrong as wrong can be on every issue. It reminds me of Isaiah 5, verse 20. Woe to you, you call good evil, and you call evil good.